How's it, everybody? Welcome back to a very special episode of Game Nights.
Last year, we held an audition for our patrons to be a special guest and all expenses paid trip to come out here and play on the show with us. We had over 500 people submit auditions for the show, and we found someone that we thought would be a perfect fit, and he's here today.
And this is my Game Nights audition.
Hey everybody, I am Jacob Holloway. I'm 30 years old, I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I'm a musician and Commander is my favorite format. Something that I get to play with my wife, I get to play with my best friends on every other Friday. And needless to say, I'm super excited to be here.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashlen Rose. You might recognize me from my cosplays at GPs and Magic Fest or my Twitch streams. I also do voice acting, and I'm really excited to be back on my second episode of Game Nights.
So today, everyone went and chose one of their favorite decks from their personal collection to play.
The commander I'm going to be playing is Roon of the Hidden Realm. This deck is all about creatures with enter the battlefield effects, because Roon basically allows me to reuse those over and over and over again and really get a ton of value.
Today I'm going to be playing the partner commanders Ludovic and Ikra Shadiki. The name of my deck is Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better. My strategy is threefold. I'm going to copy my opponent's creatures. If I can't copy them, I'm going to steal them. And then after that, I'm going to buff them and make them even bigger than the originals. This is a great deck because no matter what my opponents bring to the table, I'm going to be doing the same thing, but just a little bit better.
Today, my commander is Anafenza the Foremost. So the goal of the deck is to create a ton of different tokens to either overpower my opponents or use them in interesting ways to make even bigger creatures.
I'm playing a colorless deck, and my commander is Kozilek the Great Distortion. The strategy is all about getting lots of mana, playing huge threats, one after another, and destroying my enemies.
So Jacob let us know that he's been listening to the Command Zone podcast since like episode 6. So I'm a little worried that Jacob is going to be on to everything that we're trying to do.
I think I know all their tricks. I have something up my sleeve for them.
Yeah.
You want to? We're gonna get to it.
You're ready.
Josh, you ready?
You're ready.
They don't know what they got.
You're gonna get in there. You're gonna kill him.
She ain't got nothing.
You ain't gonna.
That's right.
No,
I'm gonna kill her.
Nothing.
Let's go.
You're gonna kill him.
That's right.
You're gonna murder him.
Yeah.
All right.
Go get him.
All right. Let's do it.
I think so.
All right, I'm ready. Let's play.
Welcome, everybody, to the table. As always, we have wonderful playmats from Ultra Pro. Wow.
So Jacob, it is your first time on the show, and you know what that means.
Yeah.
It's time to be knighted. Jacob Holloway, I knight thee. Sir Jacob, arise.
Welcome to Game Nights.
Only one may stand.
All right, everyone ready?
Yes.
Do it.
All right, draw for turn. I will play a Reliquary Tower, tap that, and play an Expedition Map. This card is great because I'm a colorless deck, so I have a ton of utility lands that I can go fetch to really help set up my early game. So this is a great turn 1 play. Pass turn.
I'll draw. I'll play a Temple of Silence. Scry 1. I'll put that on the bottom. Scry lands are really good in the first turn because if you have nothing else to do, it's better to get a low card selection before the game gets going. Pass turn.
Okay, I will draw. I will play a floodplain, a slow fetch, and I will pass.
Okay, I will draw for turn. I will play a swamp, and I will pass.
I'll untap and draw, and then I will play a Darksteel Citadel and pass the turn.
Untap and draw for the turn. I will play a Sandstep Citadel, and then I will tap for white and play Risk the Redeemed.
So I know Jimmy's playing a token deck, and this card is really good at making tokens. Takes a little while, so I'm not worried now, but looking into the future, something we definitely have to pay attention to.
Okay, I'll pass turn.
All right, I will untap. I will draw. I will crack this floodplain, and that will find a breeding pool, which will come into play untapped and shock me for 2. And then I will play a Prairie Stream, and I will pass the turn.
At the end of your turn, Josh, I will cycle this Ash Barrens. I will search for a mountain and put it in my hand. So this card is really great. I'm playing a 4-color deck, and I really need to fix my colors to make sure that I can get my commander online as soon as possible. And then I'll untap and draw for turn. We'll play a forest for turn, and I will rampant growth for an island.
Nice.
This is all according to plan. Next turn, we're definitely looking at a commander play. And I'm feeling great. And Ashlen, go ahead.
All right, end of your turn. I'm going to use my Expedition Map, and I'll find Ancient Tomb and put that into my hand.
Okay, all right.
And then I'll untap, draw for turn, and then I'll play a Waste.
Huh, that doesn't look like an Ancient Tomb.
Then I'll play Burnished Heart.
Oh, I love that card.
This card is gonna help me kind of fix my mana really early, which is really important with my deck, so I'm already off to a great start. Pass turn.
All right, untap, draw. I'll play Strip Mine, pass turn.
Okay, I will untap. I will draw. And then I will tap 2 and play a Kiora's Follower. This card's really, really good in the deck because A, it can untap a land, so it ramps me, and B, it can untap my commander so that I can use Roon twice and blink 2 things in a turn later on in the game. Just a good utility card. I'm happy to get it out early. And then I will play a very sad Temple of the False God.
Oh no. Is your name Jimmy Wong? Because those are some mana troubles.
Ooh, that card is not any good till he gets up to 5 lands, so playing that right now, he's in trouble.
Untap, draw for turn, and I will cast Ludovic, Necro Alchemist.
Right.
Ludovic is a really interesting play here because it's going to incentivize all of us to start dealing combat damage to each other and not Jacob. But more importantly, we can start drawing cards, which is something that I really want to do right now.
Pass turn to Ashlen.
All right, I will untap, draw. I will play Ancient Tomb.
This is a really good land no matter what's going on in the game because it taps for 2 instead of 1, but specifically because Jacob is playing Ludovic, it means that Ashlen dealing damage to herself will draw her a card because she is an opponent of Jacob.
As if Ancient Tomb wasn't already good enough.
And then, because Ludovic is out, I will use Ancient Tomb to sacrifice my Burnished Heart, take 2 damage, and get my basic lands.
Very nice.
And then I will tap 2 for Lightning Greaves.
Oh.
All right, that's really scary with Kozilek.
I'll move to Instep because I'm your opponent and I took damage. I will draw a card. Pass turn.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to activate Reese to create a 1/1 green and white elf warrior creature token. The Reese engine is going to start going, but more importantly, these 1/1 elves I'm making can do other opponents' damage. So I'll be drawing cards from Ludovic. I'll untap, draw. I'm going to combat, and Ashlen, I'm going to hit you with the elf warrior for 1.
Well, I have no blockers, so I will take 1.
Okay, second main, I'll tap a Strip Mine, play Skull Clamp. There is no better card to pair with a machine that makes 1/1s. Is a machine that draws you 2 cards every single time you equip it to that 1/1. Yes! And then I'm going to tap 1 to clamp my Elf Warrior, killing it and drawing me 2 cards.
Seems good.
Then I will play a Woodland Cemetery tapped. And then at the end of the turn, I will draw a card because I dealt damage to an opponent of Ludovic. Pass turn.
Okay. I feel like everybody's doing cool stuff and I am just stuck on lands. I gotta draw a land here. I'll untap. I'll draw. Sadness. Well, the bad news is I didn't draw a land. The good news is I drew a card that's likely to help me find a land eventually. Tap these for 2 mana, use Kiora's Follower to untap one of them for a blue, and cast Rhystic Study.
Okay, this is definitely gonna help Josh out here because he needs to find lands as soon as possible, and Rhystic Study is a great draw engine. This is crazy. Everyone's drawing so many cards around the table right now.
Then I will miss my land drop and I will pass the turn. All right. This is 2 episodes in a row now that I am being mana screwed. It feels like the Jimmy curse has been transferred onto me.
So I noticed Josh missed his land drop this turn, and maybe that's just an opening that I need to start the politics game. And I will cast a Commander Sphere. So, with the Rhystic Study trigger on the stack, can we make a deal?
Oh,
I'll let you draw a card if you let me hit you for 1 and I draw a card.
Deal.
Wait.
Totally deal. Anything that helps me draw cards right now, I'll take almost any amount of damage.
What? This is the deal of a lifetime. Josh couldn't stop you anyway.
In that case, I won't pay for Rhystic Study.
Sweet, I will draw.
I will move to combat.
Yep.
And I will swing at you for 1 with Ludovic.
Well, because we made that deal and
What?
not because I have no blockers. I will take 1 damage.
The game is afoot.
And then I'll cast a Chromatic Lantern.
So I get to draw for a Rhystic Study?
Yep.
Thank you.
And because one of my opponents lost life from Ludovic, then I will draw a card. And I will pass turn to Ashlen.
All right.
So as I pass my turn, I'm feeling great. I got a couple mana rocks set up. I got some card draw going on. And I'm feeling really good going into the middle of the game.
Untap, draw. I'll play Gilded Lotus, and I'll take 2 from Ancient Tomb.
So, on her next turn, Ashlen now has enough mana to play her commander, give it haste, and swing at someone for a massive amount of damage. All of a sudden, my great start is looking pretty weak in comparison. A 1/1 is nothing compared to a 12/12.
I have to ask, I'm sorry, are you going to pay for Rhystic Study?
I'll pay for Rhystic Study.
Okay.
And then I will play a Lux Cannon. I'm playing a colorless deck, so I don't have a lot of removal. So this card's going to make sure I have something to deal with whatever my opponents are doing.
Ooh, are you gonna pay for a Ristic Study?
Nope.
I can't. Enjoy your free card.
Thank you.
And then on my end step, Ludovic will trigger and I will draw a card.
I'll untap, draw. I will tap 3 to cast Idyllic Tutor, and I will pay the 1 for Ristic Study.
Okay.
I'm gonna find Doubling Season!
No.
Put it into my hand. I'm a token deck. This is gonna double all my tokens. It's gonna affect my planeswalkers as well. It's going to be very powerful in this scenario. Even if I reveal it with a tutor now, it doesn't really matter because look, once it hits the battlefield, people are going to need to get rid of it no matter what. Move to combat. Ashlen, gonna hit you for 1 damage.
Still won't have any blockers, so I will take 1.
I will move to my end step, draw a card because of Ludovic, and I will move to discard 1 land and
Doubling Season.
I'll discard 1 to Chroma's Memorial.
Ooh.
Pass turn.
Okay, I'll untap. I'll draw. I will play a Strip Mine. Yes, we hit our land drop thanks to some of the Ristic Study card draw, and that's gonna allow me to start to play stuff. I'm behind, but I have a card that will eventually help me catch up. And then I'm going to tap 4 using Curious Follower again, and I will play Defense of the Heart.
You have 1?
This thing is awesome. I now just need players to play enough creatures so that I can use it.
This can be a little scary because I know there are a lot of infinite combos that you can make with just 2 creatures, but I think he's just gonna try and get a lot of value out of it instead of trying to outright win the game.
And then I will go to my discard phase, and because I have 8 cards, I will discard Strionic Resonator. And I'll pass the turn.
All right, I will untap. I will draw for turn, and then I will play Zendikar Resurgent.
Ooh! This is one of those cards that we always talk about being just one of the most powerful things you can do as a green player, and Jacob has enough mana to play it, and next turn, whatever happens, I'm terrified.
And I will pay 1 for the Ristic Study tax.
That's brutal.
I will move to combat, Josh, from
Yep.
our agreement earlier. I will poke you for 1.
Yep, and once again, I will uphold our agreement by doing nothing about it and taking 1 damage.
Thank you, sir. And that is 2 commander damage on Josh.
What an agreement.
What a deal.
Hey, listen, I'm upholding my end of the deal. What do you want me to do?
I'll move to end step, and because one of my opponents took damage, Ludovic triggers, and I will draw a card. Go ahead, Ashlen.
All right, end of your turn, I'm going to put a charge counter on my Lux Cannon. So Jacob passes to me, and it looks like his next turn is going to be pretty crazy. Unfortunately for everyone, my this turn is going to be even crazier. All right, untap, draw. All right, I will tap everything and take 2 from Ancient Tomb.
Everything?
Everything.
How much
and
mana is that?
12 mana.
Well, that's scary.
And I will play the Lightsteel Colossus.
Turn 6, Blightsteel. Someone give Craig Blanchett a call. This is the dream right here. Oh, by the way.
Oh my god, she has Lightning Greaves.
It's a very fast Colossus.
Because of Ludovic, everyone's been attacking with their creatures. Nobody has any blockers. She's gonna be able to just kill somebody right now.
Oh.
Do I get to draw a card for Ristic Study?
I'm not paid.
Yeah, it seems like it doesn't matter.
Yes, yes. Now who am I going to kill?
All right, this is the moment.
Oh, just please don't attack me. Please don't attack me, please. I've missed land drops. I am not scary. Look at Jimmy. Look at Zendikar Resurgent. That is freaky.
This is my first time on the show. Guys, I might go out on turn 6.
This is a tough decision. Not it.
Wait, what? Not it.
Not too late.
Oh no. We've all seen game nights. We know how Josh works. Master of deals. He's gotta go. All right, you know what? I want to get ahead of this before you start making all sorts of deals.
Ooh.
So, Josh, I'm sorry, it's coming at you.
Come on, can
Not
we
gonna
make
let
a
you get in
deal?
my mind.
Come on, just not to infect. To infect, does it have to be to infect? I mean,
I'm gonna move to equip to Lightning Greaves.
Now, as that happens, here's the thing. As soon as that Lightning Greaves is equipped onto that Blightsteel, I can't affect it no matter what. So I think I have to get rid of it. And look, if I can make a permanent ally out of Josh who owes me literal everything, let's see what kind of deal I can squeeze out of him right here.
you can save me?
What would it be worth to save a life like yours?
Oh my gosh.
You know what, Josh? How about this? That at the moment of my choosing, We're gonna figure it out. Because there's not enough information to know exactly what I'm saving here.
I want to clarify. Does that mean if like somehow the game is just you and me at the end, you can be like, you just don't block me or something?
No, okay, let's say that. If it is a game-winning decision, that's not appropriate.
So at some other time, yeah, fine. Then yes.
We're gonna create a deal, and you can have counterpoints.
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
yes. This is how this conversation's going. Jimmy's like, Josh, I offer you a deal. All you have to do, yes, Jimmy, whatever you want. Please save me. I'm going to die.
All right, trade negotiations went great. This deal is made. Okay, as you move to equip Ashlen, as amazing and fun as that was going to be, I will cast Path to Exile, targeting your Blightsteel Colossus.
Yes, Jimmy, thank you. I'm still in it. I still have a chance. That was scary.
So that couldn't have gone any worse.
Keep in mind, I could have.
And I obviously can't pay for Ristic Study, so I'm going to draw, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you even more.
Christmas has come early.
All right, well, since I took 2 damage for completely nothing, I will have Ludovic trigger and draw a card. All right, pass turn.
All right, I will untap. I'll draw a card. I will play a Temple Garden untapped and pay 2 life. And I am going to tap 5 and cast Doubling Season.
Seems good with Reese.
Yep.
And Josh, I will pay the extra.
Yeah, fair.
All right, everyone has had a hugely impactful turn, except for Josh, so it's my time. I'm gonna play Doubling Season, pass the turn, and really hope it gets back to me.
I am very worried about this card. He's just gonna start making a bunch of tokens. He has a Skull Clamp out. It's not good. I am definitely eyeing that with my Lux Cannon.
And I'll go to the end of my turn because I lost life because of the shock land. I will draw a card and pass turn.
Okay, I will untap. I will draw. All those cards, no lands.
No lands?
No lands.
What are you are no use to me.
You
Can we take
picked
it back?
the wrong person.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna play Panharmonicon.
Okay.
So this is a very, very powerful card in my deck. It's kind of similar to Doubling Season in that it magnifies my subsequent plays. Unfortunately, people have been paying for Ristic Study, and I again am gonna miss my land drop here. I'm just falling so far behind. And then I'll go to discard because I have 9 cards.
Whoa. Josh, you've drawn like 60 cards off of Ristic Study. You still haven't hit a land drop?
And I will discard Constant Mists, and then Eldrazi Displacer. And I will pass turn.
All right, I will untap and I will draw for turn. So Josh missed his land drop. Hopefully I can get him with this card. Let's see if Jimmy and Ashlen bite. Hey Josh,
Yeah.
have I got a deal for you, sir?
Done. Unless I hurt Jimmy.
Why is he getting all the deals too?
You all can have this deal if you like. Tipped with Discovery.
Oh!
Look, I also have Temp with Discovery in my deck, and every time I play this card, I want every single person to say yes, which means that if someone else is playing it, I'm definitely saying no.
It's super tempting, but I'm already pretty set up on land, so I'm just gonna hard pass on that. I think I'm good. I have enough mana, so I'm not going to take a land.
I am also not going to take a land.
Okay, before I answer, did you pay the extra 1 for Ristic Study?
Yeah, I'll pay 1.
So I really, really need a land from this thing. And generally I say never be tempted by these cards, but I really, really, really need a land from this thing. All right, I will find a land.
Okay, I will go get 2 lands then.
Okay.
I'll take the 2 lands, but I was really hoping I was gonna get more.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a Simic Growth Chamber, which is gonna bounce his Temple of the False God back to my hand.
Okay. I will also get a Simic Growth Chamber and a Thespian Stage, and the Simic Growth Chamber will bounce my forest back to my hand.
It's great for me to get a bounce land here because it basically gives me 2 lands. It taps for 2 mana and bounce a land back to my hand, which is my land drop for next turn. And Jacob didn't get anything terribly busted, so it didn't hurt anybody really. So this is big. It may get me back into this game.
And Jimmy, what you're doing over there looks like fun. So I'll play Saheeli's Artistry.
Wow, okay.
Hey Jimmy, I like that card draw engine you got. I'll take 1, please. So I'll make a Skull Clamp and a wrist.
Okay.
With Ludovic already out and Zendikar Resurgent, Jacob could already draw a ton of cards if he wants to. So this is just like the law of diminishing returns. I'm not worried about it.
And I will pay for the Ristic Study.
Bummer.
And then I will cast Perplexing Chimera.
Really? Oh, man.
I know that card.
Oh. So now I can't cast anything without him stealing it. And as I mentioned before, I play big creatures. I don't want to give him big creatures. This is super annoying.
All right. This card, either everyone hates it or everyone hates it. Trigger Zendikar Resurgent, and I will draw a card. I'll move to combat.
Josh, hit me. I'll take it for Jimmy.
Yeah, you have more than Ashlen, so I will swing at you. for 1.
Okay. I take 1.
All right, and then I will move to my end step, trigger Ludovic, and I will draw another card.
So much card draw.
Yeah.
Pass my turn.
End of your turn. I'm gonna put another counter on Lux Cannon.
What does it need 4?
3. I will untap and draw.
So the great thing about the Chimera is it opens up the avenue to politics again. So maybe I can point people in the direction that I want.
So like we can't cast anything.
Ashlen, I think we can cut a deal.
Go on.
She doesn't want to make any deals with me. She just wants to kill me, but
We're friends now though, right?
oh yeah, sure.
If you play something that is really, 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 really awesome, you can get 1 veto.
1 veto. Oh, as in like
You can say I veto you taking this
Yes.
one thing.
In exchange.
No board wipes from that direction.
For how long?
Let's say 2 turns.
Yeah, I'll make the deal. I won't board right for 2 turns.
All right.
This is a great deal. There's a big chance that either Jimmy or Josh can deal with this, and I get to play a card without having to worry about it. I'm taking it. All right, I will tap 10 and take 2 from Ancient Tomb and cast my commander.
Okay.
And Kozilek's here. The text to really pay attention to is that Ashlen can now counter spells by just discarding cards. And that is really freaky.
But it's also a 12-12, and that's 12 commander damage that I'm gonna be able to do with him.
So
So, Perplexing Chimera.
I will choose not to.
You're not gonna make her use her veto at least?
Nah.
You said no.
That's a no.
Ristic study, would you like to pay?
I would.
Okay.
All right.
So it happens. You drop to 7.
I have 6 though, so it's not that great.
Draw 1.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and then I'm going to equip Kozilek to my Lightning Greaves.
No response.
I mean, he didn't say anything about not attacking him, so move to combat and swing Kozilek at you, Jacob, for 12.
Guess I'm going to take 12. I'll go to 28.
Evidently their deal didn't have a no attack clause, so Ashlen can find a loophole and just smack Jacob for 12 here. Jacob, you need better lawyers.
Ouch. On 1 hit, 12 commander damage? Well, I need to be really careful the rest of the game to make sure that I can block this thing and not take 1 more hit. Otherwise, I'm dead.
All right, so move to instep. Since I took damage from Ancient Tomb, Ludovic will trigger and I will draw a card. And then because of Reliquary Tower, I won't discard.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm going to untap, draw for turn. I'll play my land. It's a Guy's Cradle.
Pretty good.
This card, Doubling Season and a Token Maker, this is not gonna be a good combination for anyone but Jimmy.
In my second main, I'll tap 3, taking 1 damage from Llanowar Wastes, activate Reese, and I will make 2 Elf Warriors, thanks to Doubling Season.
All right.
And then because I took damage, I will draw a card because of Ludovic. This actually sucks. I kind of have to skip my entire turn, and I had a lot of big things planned, but that Perplexing Chimera is making everything really hard for me.
So Jimmy's afraid to cast anything. Yeah, this Chimera is awesome.
And I'm gonna pass turn to you, Josh.
Okay, I will untap, and then Defense of the Heart is gonna trigger because Jacob has 3 creatures.
Yes.
The great thing is that Defense of the Heart does not cast the 2 creature cards that it puts into play. It just puts them out there. And so Perplexing Chimera can't steal the spell, and Kozilek can't counter it. This is a really good loophole in the system that's gonna allow me to break up these little locks that they've got. And with Panharmonicon, all the Enter the Battlefield triggers are gonna happen twice. Yeah, we're gonna get out of this. So I will sacrifice it, and I'm going to find Duplicant and Harmonic Sliver. So because of Panharmonicon, they're each gonna trigger twice. So with the Harmonic Sliver, I'll target Zendikar Resurgent and the Lightning Greaves. And with Duplicant, I'll target Perplexing Chimera and Ludovic.
That was so set up. I didn't think it was gonna come that hard. This does not feel good.
Saving Josh is now really paying off. We are going to town.
And I'll stack it so that the Duplicant comes out as a 3/3 because of the Perplexing Chimera. Okay, then I'm gonna play Temple of the False God. I'm gonna tap 5, and I'm gonna play Mirari's Wake.
Ooh, great card.
This card, you know what? I wanted Josh to catch back up into the game. I didn't want him to catapult over the rest of us in the process of doing so, though.
This is great. I am right back in this thing. I might even be a little bit ahead. Don't tell the others.
When someone misses a bunch of land drops, you know that everything in their hand is great. So I can't let him double his mana and just spew all of his cards out. So in response, I will discard a Paradox Engine to Kozilek, since it is CMC 5, to counter your Mirari's Wake.
Wait, was that a Paradox Engine? This is a win-win for me. I'll have her discard the Paradox Engine any day.
Does this mean that Mirari's Wake is Paradox Engine good?
Everyone's freaking out that I discarded Paradox Engine, but I have plans. I can get it back.
Okay. I will just pass the turn.
Okay, I'll untap and I'll draw. And then I'll cast a Master Biomancer.
Ooh.
So you remember how I said anything you can do, I can do better? With Master Biomancer out, all of the creatures that I'm copying will come out even bigger than my opponents.
Heuristic Study trigger. Do you want to pay?
Yeah, I'll pay. And then I'll cast Dax Duplicant.
Ooh.
And I will have it enter the battlefield as a copy of the Kozilek.
Is that a hasty Kozilek?
It is a hasty Kozilek.
Oh my.
And because of Master Biomancer, it will come into the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters.
So evidently this is the game of huge, hasty creatures. I guess the only upside is this one doesn't deal commander damage.
And I will pay 1 more for Heuristic Study. Here's the thing, Ashlen. If I swing at Jimmy, will you swing at me?
Do you want me to?
Yes, he does. Pretty sure he does. Pretty sure he does.
Yeah, I think he does.
If you swing at anyone but me, I will not send Kozilek your way. We'll be Kozilek BFFs.
Okay.
I don't really want to take 14 right now, and I kind of want to get rid of that doubling season anyway, so why not?
So I will move to combat.
Yes.
And I will swing the Dax Duplicant at Jimmy and dethrone with trigger, and I will add a 1/1 counter to it. So it is now a 15/15.
Here's the thing, I can't afford to take 15 damage out of nowhere. That's almost half of my life total. I got a chump block. To preserve my life total, I'm going to put 2 Elf Warrior tokens in front of your Kozilek and block it.
Okay.
Go damage.
No effects.
All right. Elf Warriors die. This is annoying, to say the least.
Because of Skull Clamp on the board, I'm really okay that he chump blocked it out. That means there's 4 cards that he can't have. And that will end my turn. I will pass to Ashlen.
All right, end of your turn. I'm going to put another counter on Lux Cannon.
It's active now?
It is active.
Stay positive, Summoner.
Yes.
So a lot of bad stuff going on out there. Hopefully she's going to take out that Kozilek. Or maybe that doubling season. Or I guess it could be Panharmonicon. Don't hit me.
All right, untap, draw, and then I will play a Buried Roon.
I see. Now we're all getting why she was able to discard the Paradox Engine without worrying too much. She's gonna be able to get it back if she wants.
All right, I'm gonna tap 3 and play an Unwinding Clock.
Oh boy. So this is really scary with the Lux Cannon because she's going to be able to arm it basically every rotation of the table. That just means laser beams everywhere. Our hope here actually is maybe Jacob can counter the Unwinding Clock using his Kozilek.
What's your plan on the Lux Cannon? Because I can honestly get rid of the Unwinding Clock. So I can't let this resolve unless I know she's not going to target my stuff. Let's see if she wants to make a deal.
Oh, I forgot he had a Kozilek, so now he can just discard something and counter it.
How many turns of immunity do I get from the Lux Cannon?
Oh my goodness, look at them go.
No. Don't make a deal. Don't let her have the Unwinding Clock. That thing is terrible. Just counter it.
You give me 2 turns, we got a deal.
2 turns?
2 turns is a lot.
I mean, that Winding Clock is pretty good.
Sure.
Wow.
Okay.
Are you going to pay the 1 for Heuristic Study?
Yes, I'll pay for Rustic Study.
Ooh.
Cool, so this resolves.
Okay, great. Next up.
All right,
Oh my lord.
I'll take 2 from Ancient Tomb, and then I'll play Darksteel Forge.
Artifacts you control of indestructible.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's a 9-drop. Can you counter that?
Yeah, no. And I shouldn't have made that deal.
I will not pay for Rustic Study.
So I get to draw?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna move to combat, and I'm going to send Kozilek at you, Josh.
Okay. I'm going to block with Duplicant and Harmonic Sliver.
All right, sounds good.
But I will take 0 damage.
Nice.
Which I consider to be a fair trade. The funny thing about playing against a clone deck is all my cards are potential tools for Jacob. So I actually kind of want to get rid of these creatures because if he clones them, he can then use them against me to blow up stuff like the Panharmonicon or Jimmy's doubling season. So it's not the worst. I mean, cards are not my problem. Mana's my problem. So in this case, I'm fine losing these 2 creatures.
I'm feeling great. My deck is doing lots of things right now. I have a nice combo with my Unwinding Clock and Lux Cannon. I'm ready to kind of just like take over the board. Before I go to the end of my turn, I'm going to remove 3 charge counters from Lux Cannon and shoot your doubling season.
In response, I will first cast Enlightened Tutor. Trigger Heuristic Study, you may draw a card, Josh.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to find Glare of Subdual. Put that on the top of my library.
That's a good card.
And then I will also tap 3 to cast Teferi's Protection.
And Ristic Study, you wanna pay?
No, you can have the card.
Yes.
And then I'm going to phase out of the game. Peace! Casting this card right here saves my neck. It doesn't feel good because it's one of the most powerful cards in my deck, but if I don't, then I'm also losing the other most powerful card in my deck, so I have to protect it.
I mean, I'd rather him do that now. He used the card and I just used an activated ability, so okay.
Now I'm gonna go to untap.
All right, and then because of my money clock, I'll untap my artifacts.
Okay, I'll draw my card for the turn and cast Deranged Hermit. Resolves.
I have no response.
I have no response.
Squirrels! So I'm gonna get 8 squirrels because of doubling season. Look, I really appreciate having a squirrel army, but the more important thing is that my guy's Cradle is now powered up and can do huge things by tapping for a ton of mana.
That's not good. That kind of makes me nervous.
Are you gonna pay the 1 for Ristic Study?
Go for it, Josh. Draw a card.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna tap Guy's Cradle for 10 mana.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna cast Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger.
Oh boy.
Aha, this all makes sense now. And notice that Ulamog has a cast trigger. So even if Jacob or Ashlen wants to counter it with their Kozileks, Jimmy's still gonna get to exile 2 things. And what are the chances that either one of them has a 10 drop in hand anyway?
I'm gonna target your Kozilek and your Luxcan.
And then wait, they have the chance to respond to the Ulamog
Yes.
if they have a 10 drop.
Yeah, can you encounter my 10 drop?
Wait a second. I'm the Eldrazi deck. What are you doing? No, not cool. Let me show you how you really play with Eldrazi.
Oh!
I will discard my Kozilek Butcher of Truth
Wow!
to Kozilek to counter Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger.
Oh my gosh. What are the chances that Ashlen has a 10 drop to counter my 10 drop? This is absurd.
Actually kind of sad because Jimmy having an Ulamog didn't feel like it was going to be bad for me. Again, he's still incentivized to keep me around because he wants to call in that favor eventually. So it felt like our team lost a really good card when she countered that. Oh man, Kozilek is so good.
And then I'll shuffle my graveyard back into my library.
I did not see that coming.
So, because it was a cast trigger on Ulamog, even though it was countered, I still get to exile your 2 permanents.
You got it.
All right.
Ristic Study trigger. Would you like to pay the 1?
You know what? Go for it, Josh.
Thank you.
Okay, on my second main phase, I'm going to equip Skull Clamp to the Deranged Hermit, and then we'll draw 2 cards. And then I'm gonna play my land for turn and pass to you, Josh.
Okay, on end step, I'm gonna tap the Simic Growth Chamber for blue and a green, tap Curious Follower, get another blue and a green, and I'm going to cast Venser, Shaper Savant. I don't want Ashlen countering a bunch of my spells during my turn. So I'm gonna take a chance here that she doesn't have a 4-drop, since it seems like she has all huge spells in hand, and hopefully I can get that thing off the board long enough that I can actually get some spells through.
Cost 4,
Yeah,
so you're gonna bounce 2 permanents.
correct.
Only bounce one of mine.
Deal.
Okay, it resolves.
Okay, I will target Kozilek and Venser Shaper Savant.
Aha!
I'm gonna put Kozilek in my hand rather than the command zone.
Okay, then I will untap, and I will draw. Then I'm gonna play Cloud Blazer,
Oh, very nice.
and that will trigger twice because of Panharmonicon, and I will draw 4 cards and gain 4 life. So this is a great card because looking around the board, there's nothing really scary, and I just want to set up future plays and hit land drops. And then I'm going to tap 5 using the Kior's Follower, and I'm gonna cast my commander finally, Roon of the Hidden Realm.
Welcome, Roon.
That's what rhinos sound like. Okay, I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot here. My commander is really the glue that holds my entire deck together, and he's summoning sick right now, but beginning next turn, I'm gonna start to get recurable value out of all of my creatures.
Josh has a ton of cards in his hand and a Panharmonicon. If it gets back to him and he's able to untap with all that mana, things are looking a little scary. Who knows what's gonna happen?
All right, and then I will be discarding a lot, so Acidic Slime, Bountiful Promenade, Reflector Mage, Enlightened Tutor, a Farragut of the Polis, and a Flooded Strand.
Jeez, your hand must be gassed.
Seriously.
All right. I will untap, and I will draw for turn,
Okay.
and then I will cast Soul Ring.
Will you play for Ristic Study?
No. So I'm gonna have to let Josh draw here because I need every piece of mana that I can get for my next spell. I will pay green, black, and a blue, and X will equal 9 for Villainous Wealth.
Oh!
9?
9. So I have 3 options here. I really don't know what Jimmy's doing. Josh is a possibility because I'll get a lot of ETB triggers, but Ashlen's deck, it seems like she has all the big plays. I think I'm going to choose her.
Oh my gosh, I have so many things in my deck that he could hit. This could be really bad.
I mean, if like 5 of the 9 cards are lands, I mean, you know, that could happen. That could be mostly lands and small drops, right?
So I'm gonna flip 9?
Yes.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh! If you only had 1 more mana, you would have hit 2 more things.
Not that it matters. Well, maybe it does. But are you gonna pay for Ristic Study on the villain as well?
No.
Okay.
So I get a Mind Stone, Burnished Heart, Planar Bridge, Scour from Existence, Ujin the Spirit Dragon, or Eugene, and Blink Moth Urn.
How many cards is that?
6.
Wow. Jacob just catapulted into the lead here. A few of these cards are ramp spells, so not super scary, but Ugin gets to wipe the board and still have loyalty left over. Planar Bridge, just won basically the last episode of Game Night. Scour from Existence, Jacob can get rid of basically any permanent he feels like. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff, and frankly, it feels like it might be game winning.
Spoiler alert, it's really bad.
Guys, I'm doing it. I'm on my way to the victory road. You can crown me the winner right now. So Burnished Heart gets 2 +1/+1 counters from Master Biomancer. And then Scour from Existence will target the Panharmonicon.
Yep.
And then I will cast everything else and have it hit the battlefield.
So I draw 6 cards?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Not bad.
And then I will -5 Ugin to exile each colored permanent with converted mana cost 5 or less.
Boy.
Bye, Reese.
Buy my entire board.
Bye, squirrels. Look at Jacob's board. Look at our boards. We have nothing. He has everything. I think we just lost the game.
So I was feeling good about coming back into this game, and now I have no permanents. That's Commander.
And then I will -5 Ugin.
Buy my entire board.
Bye, squirrels.
And that will end my turn. You can go ahead, Ashlen.
Wonderful. I will untap. I'll draw for turn. Jacob's board is pretty out of control just from that 1 spell, so I'm just gonna take care of it right now. And I get 4 mana from Blink Moth Urn since I have 4 artifacts. So I'll use my 4 floating to cast Perilous Vault.
Nice.
Oh man, this is not good.
So I'm gonna go ahead and activate it and exile all non-land permanents.
Okay.
Yep.
In response, I will sacrifice my Commander Sphere, and I will draw a card.
Okay.
That is a board wipe, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
a board wipe,
That's
yeah.
everything.
Nice and clean.
Thank goodness someone had a reset button because that was about to get really out of control. I mean, look, either way, I guess a board wipe was coming, but at least one person isn't just standing above the rest now.
I had so much stuff.
And then tap 7 and I will play Karn.
Yep.
Who's gonna win this game?
Playing a Planeswalker into an empty board feels great. They're probably not gonna be able to attack it anytime soon, so he's probably gonna stick around for a while.
I mean, this is just Commander. The tables can turn so quickly. I mean, it's not as bad as what Jacob just had, so I'm feeling a lot more upbeat than I was.
And then I'll +4 and hit you,
Me? Okay.
since you saved him.
All right, I'm gonna exile a Tragic Arrogance.
All right, and that's all I have, so I will pass turn.
Cool. I'll untap, I'll draw a card. Okay, it's kind of back to the setup phase, so I'm gonna try and ramp my mana and get some card draw on the table and hopefully rebuild my hand. I'm gonna tap 5 here to play Mirari's Wake.
Nice.
Seems good.
This is typical after a big board wipe is people are going to just do some setup turns, and Jimmy now has doubled his mana and is just setting up for future turns, I can tell.
And then cast Underworld Connections on my Gaia's Cradle.
Now it's useful.
Ooh.
I'm going to tap my Gaia's Cradle, lose a life, draw a card. And with the extra floating green, I'll play Birds of Paradise. Mm-hmm. And then pass to you, Josh.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Okay, I've been waiting for a point where the board was not super scary so I could make a really big play, and I think now is my moment. I'm gonna tap 4, and I'm gonna play Vidalcan Orrery. And then I'm gonna tap 5 and play Seedborn Muse. Assembling a 9 mana costed Prophet of Kruphix.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. This is one of my favorite combinations of cards to get out in all of Commander. It basically means I get to take a turn on everyone else's turn. Let's see if I can keep this little combo together for long enough, because if I do, it can easily lead to victory.
That engine I was talking about earlier, yeah, now it's a V6 engine. It's not looking good. I know nothing about cars.
Okay, I'm discarding Alchemist, Refuge, Waste, Myriad Landscape, Temple Garden, Vizier of Tumbling Sands, Bean of Progress, and Sensei's Divining Top. And then I will pass the turn, Jacob, and on your untap, I will untap with you.
All right.
Maybe we should have left the Rustic Study so we just mill out.
All right. And then I will draw my card for turn. I will go ahead and cast my other commander, Ikra Shadiki.
Oh, I forgot that you had 2.
This card is important because my life is starting to get a little low, so I can definitely use the life gain here. And I will cast Lazov Demir Mastermind.
Considering that Ashlen is playing an Eldrazi deck, Lazov is very, very scary because anything we kill on Ashlen's board, well, Lazov is going to become that. So it's just something we may have to be aware of. We may not want to destroy one of her tools just to give it to Jacob. Okay, on your end step, I'm going to flash out Venzer, targeting Karn.
Seriously?
Okay, so now Karn's back in her hand, but here's the thing, she can just replay it, and I'm really hoping she targets either the Seedborn Muse or the Vidalcan Orrery, because the combination of those two is just way too strong.
And then I'm going to maintain priority, and I'm going to flash out Perplexing Chimera.
Oh, there it is.
There's my Karn protection.
This card is actually worse than when I played it because with his commander, he'll actually steal something and then blink it back under his control.
Basically, if we can't deal with this, Josh might be able to steal every single spell that we cast.
And then I will untap with you, Ashlen.
All right, untap, draw for turn. Now I can't play my Karn or Kozilek. I can't do anything because Josh will just steal it. Well, I don't really have anything to do.
So I'm feeling really great. I don't know how they're going to get out of this. Anything that would break up my Seedborn Muse Orrery combo, I can just steal that spell with the Perplexing Chimera. So they're in a really tough spot.
All right, I've played against this deck enough. I see the writing on the wall. This is going to be a crazy lock on the game, and I kind of only have one way to get out of this situation. So it's time to cash in that favor.
Hey Josh, all I want Karn to be able to do is to exile the Perplexing Chimera.
Oh.
That's your favorite? I don't Perplexing Chimera it?
Yeah.
I'm a man of my word, and I said Jimmy could call in one favor. Okay, Karn will resolve.
All right, that's the favor.
Yes.
It's over.
Okay.
We can play Magic now.
Yep. That seems fair.
right.
It seems fair.
All right, I will cast Karn.
Yep, no effects.
And then I will -3 him to exile your Chimera.
Chimera gets exiled.
Get him down to 3.
Yes! That's the kind of favor I'm talking about.
Fair enough. I wouldn't be in this game if it wasn't for Jimmy, so
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Jimmy.
sucks though, because it was gonna be really cool.
And then I will cast Lightning Greaves.
Not bad.
I'm glad we got rid of that Chimera, but Josh still has Seaborn Muse, Vidalcan Orrery, so we're not out of the woods yet. Pass turn.
On your end step, Ashlen, I am going to flash out Rune of the Hidden Realm, and then I will play Elad Omri's Call to tutor for a creature.
This could also be bad.
And I will find Gaddock Teague and put that into my hand. And then I will untap with you, Jimmy.
All right, untap together.
All together, now
Draw.
all together.
And then I'll tap 6 for Freyalise. Landwar's Fury.
Nice.
So her minus ability here is going to be able to take out the Vidalcan Orrery, and Seedborn Muse by itself isn't that scary.
I'm gonna tap 2, and I'm gonna mana drain it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'm ready for that little combo to be broken up quite just yet.
So I guess a really good way to know if an alliance has ended is if your ally mana drains you.
Well, I can't do anything about that.
Hold on, I'm gonna maintain priority, and I'm going to flash out Gaddock Teague.
Okay. It was great playing with you guys. Every single card in my hand is a 4-mana spell, that non-creature spell.
Well, I already got mana drained, and now I literally can't cast anything this turn, so this is really bad.
The main reason I want to get this out is board wipes. Most board wipes cost 4 mana or more, and this just turns them off. They just can't cast them. And my board looks really good, and I want to maintain it, so I don't want them to be able to cast any spells that's going to blow everything up. And evidently the plan's working because Jimmy is loudly complaining that he can't now cast his spells. But hey, he called in his favor, so we're even now. That's how that works, right?
I'll use Gaia's Cradle to draw a card with Underworld Connections, and go to combat.
Yep.
Josh, I'll hit you in the air for 1. For 4 damage, I will use my Gavany Township to give this an +1/+1 counter, and you're gonna take 2 damage.
Okay, 37.
All right, pass turn.
I will untap, and I will draw. I will add 5 mana to my mana pool from Mana Drain. And then I will use 4 of the mana, along with this white mana, to play a Kithkin Spellduster. So the synergy here is with Roon. After I sacrifice this creature, it comes back into play, but then I blink it with Roon, and then it comes back into play, and it doesn't have the -1 counter anymore, so I can kind of use this over and over. Unfortunately, right now, there's not a ton of enchantments I want to get rid of, but it'll protect me from them in the future. Okay, then I'll go to combat. I'll swing at Karn for 6 and Ashlen for 4.
Okay, I have no blocker, so I will take 4.
Okay.
And Karn will die.
Karn's down. And then I will activate Roon, targeting Venser. And I'll go to my end step, and Venser will come back. And I will bounce Ikrashidiki. And then I will untap with you, Jacob. All right. The big worry here is, as well as my board is set up, I'm starting to run out of gas. I don't have very many cards. I think them teaming up on me has kind of worked here. I don't feel like I'm in a great position. My hand is really light.
I will cast Dragonlord Silumgar. And we will target Rune of the Hidden Realm.
Oh yeah, this is a little annoying. It's not that I can't get Roon back because I have Venser. The problem is that now Roon will have Summoning Sickness and I can't activate it on Ashlen and Jimmy's turn. In response, I will activate Roon and I will target Venser. So Venser gets exiled.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it resolves. You get Roon.
Okay. Tapped.
Yep.
All right. Ashlen, I'll go ahead and pass to you.
Okay, on your end step, Venser will blink back in and will target Roon. So return Roon to my hand and I will flash Roon out onto the battlefield using Vidalcan Ori for 5.
I mean, yeah, it's like putting a Band-Aid over a bullet hole, but I mean, we have to slow him down, and maybe Ashlen or Jimmy will come through with the save.
All right, we'll untap
I will also untap.
and draw, and then
Whoa.
I'm gonna tap everything and play Ulamog.
Nice.
That is pretty good.
So I will destroy your Seaborn Muse.
Hey, Josh, this is what you get. Got the Gaddock Teague, the Perplexing Chimera, trying to double your mana, and you got the Prophet of Crufix, double combo. Yeah, this is what you get.
Yep, Seedmore Muse dies.
And that will trigger Lazav, and he'll become a copy of Seaborn Muse.
Oh yeah?
Ooh.
Yes, 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 yes. I have never been so happy for my opponent to cast Ulamog.
Take 2 from Ancient Tomb. And then, all right, I will equip Lightning Greaves to Ulamog. So I move to combat.
Oh, hang on, 4 attacks. Annihilator 4 is crazy. I just can't let it happen. So let's reset the board one more time. I'm gonna tap 7 mana. I will overload a Cyclonic Rift.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's really, really good.
Yep.
Is there anything we can do about that?
Nope.
I mean, this is not the worst riff. I mean, it's not winning him the game. So this is actually not that bad.
All right, pass turn.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to strip mine the Simic Growth Chamber.
Yep, that happens.
Okay, I will pay 2, and my Thespian Stage will become a copy of Josh's Strip Mine.
Okay. I'm not gonna have a lot of lands here soon. Yep. So this is really smart, because I have 2 lands that tap for 2 mana. So Jimmy gets rid of one of them, and he's convinced Jacob to do the same thing. So I'm gonna lose a lot of mana in this exchange. I mean, this is what you get for making everybody mad at you. I kind of deserve it, and I'm in big trouble.
Okay, I'll untap and draw.
Oh man, what do I even have that I can cast with Gaddock Teague out? Half my hand is turned off, so
I'm going to play my Underworld Connections on Gabney Township. I will tap the Gabney Township to draw a card.
Okay.
And then I will tap a green to play Birds of Paradise. And then I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3 to play my commander, Anafenza the Foremost.
She's arrived.
So this is our first look at Jimmy's commander. It's not a big component in his deck, but I gotta say, that whole graveyard hosing thing, it's just the kind of effect that kind of screws you when you're not ready for it.
Pass turn.
Okay, untap, draw, and then I will go to combat, and I'm gonna swing with these 3 at Jacob and with Roon at Ashlen.
All right, I'll take 4.
All right, I will take 6.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pay 4, and I'm gonna play Solemn Simulacrum. And I will find a basic land and put it into play tapped. And it will be an island. And then I will pass the turn. All right. And this tells you exactly how out of gas I am. I mean, getting a land this point, it does matter a little bit since they're strip mining me, but at the same time, this is not a big play.
I'm actually feeling a lot better about this situation because it looks like Josh has kind of run out of gas, and without cards, he can't really do much.
Okay, I will once again cast Dragonlord Silumgar. And when it enters the battlefield, I will target Roon once again.
Okay, in response, I will pay 2, activate Roon, and I will blink my Venser. And he will get exiled. And then Roon will go to your control. I'm not gonna lie, this whole Silumgar keeps stealing my Roon thing. A little annoying.
Josh almost had it locked up, but at least we broke it up. So yeah, we have a chance. We have a chance. And with that, I will pass to Ashlen.
Okay, so on your end step, Venser's gonna blink back in, blink Roon back to my hand. Okay.
All right, I will untap and draw. Looking around the board right now, all the obvious problems are gone, so I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I might have a shot at this. Yeah, so I could play Ulamog, get rid of Venser.
Yeah, that's, to me, is the only thing that needs to happen. Everything else is just gonna be top decking from Josh.
Okay, let's do that. So,
Yeah!
I will recast Ulamog. And I will target Venser.
Yep, that's going to destroy Venser, but because of Anafenza, it will get exiled.
Oh, that's so good. And I will take 2 from Ancient Tomb.
8 more times doing that and you're dead.
All right, and that's all I can do, so I will pass turn.
Okay, so I will untap. I will draw my card for the turn.
Okay, so now we're officially in really huge trouble. I don't even have any tricks anymore. I can blink my Solemn to get more lands. I'm not feeling good.
And then I'm gonna use Underworld Connections to lose a life and draw a card. Okay, go to combat. Josh, I'm gonna swing at you with both of these guys. Anafenza will trigger on a tapped creature I control, and that is gonna make my Birds of Paradise into a 1/2.
Okay, I'm gonna take 5 damage. 4 of it commander damage.
Correct.
And I will go down to 32.
And I'm going to go ahead and, well, pass the turn.
Okay, I will untap.
This would have been the perfect time for me to reestablish my board and shift the game back in my favor, but because of that Gaddock Teague, I can't do anything. I just have to watch as everyone else rebuilds their board. This is really bad.
So I'm gonna attack Jimmy for 4.
I cannot block. Gotta take 4.
And then, yep, I will pass the turn.
All right, I will once again untap and draw.
You know, Commander games are funny, and a lot of them follow this pattern where it's like everybody rants up and does huge stuff, and then everybody answers the huge stuff, and there's this moment later in the game where everyone's just swinging around with like 4 damage here and there, and it actually kind of starts to matter. It's just like who can slug it out with what they got left and come out on top. Unfortunately, Ashlen's what she's got left is bigger than ours, and I think she's gonna win that kind of a race.
I will employ some secret tech and play a Dismal Backwater and gain a life.
Wow.
Axe.
And then I will go ahead and tap all of my mana, and I will cast Ikra Shadiki once again, and I will also cast Experiment Crush.
Okay, it's not so bad.
Just need to gain just a little life here and there, maybe stabilize a little bit, and then I can try to come back. So I will move to combat. Jimmy, 3 in the air.
All right, I'll take 3.
And because of Ikra's ability, I will gain 5 life.
That's actually big.
Jake is starting to gain life, but again, he's already at 12 commander damage. I just need to hit him one more time and he's gone. I don't care how much life he has.
And with that, I will pass my turn.
All right, I will untap and draw.
Untapping with the Uramog.
Illimerg!
And I will play Kozilek, the Great Distortion. So I will draw up to 7. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
In response, I will flash out Roon so that he gets there before you can counter stuff.
Sounds good.
The biggest thing here, honestly, is that Ashlen's able to draw back up to 7 cards. Also, you know, it's a 12-12 menace, and she can counter things with the cards in her hand. Yeah, actually, I don't know if the biggest thing was drawing the cards. It's all bad. Everything's bad. It's just bad. It's horrible. And she's still got Ulamog.
I'll move to combat.
Time for Annihilator.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send Ulamog at Josh.
Yep, so Annihilator trigger.
Yep.
Okay.
Get rid of that Gaddock Teague. Maybe I can help you one more time, Josh. Because we're in it together now, right?
Oh, come on.
Okay, I am going to sacrifice Solemn Simulacrum, Gaddock Teague, Kithkin Spellduster. They all go to exile because of Anafenza, so none of the persister. Solemn trigger happens, then I got one more. I think I'm sacrificing the Vidalcan Ori. There goes my whole board, and I'm also taking
10.
and I go to 22. Ow.
And that will be my turn.
All right, so we got rid of Josh's big threats that were threatening to lock us out of the game. And now there's Ashlen's threats that are about to lock us out of the game.
All right, I'll untap and I'll draw my card.
Come on, Jimmy. Give me a big play here, man. Save me once again. You can do it.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do this first to see what happens. Tap 6 and cast Elspeth Sun's Champion.
Oh.
Elspeth is the perfect card in this situation. She can create chump blockers for the huge creature, she can also create fodder for the Annihilator triggers, and she has a board wipe on her. So basically everything that I'm worried about, this one card answers.
This card is too versatile. He's gonna make a bunch of chump blockers. He can Wrath when I have all my big creatures out. I can't let him have it. Yeah, I will discard Oblivion Sower to cause a lot to counter it.
Goodbye, Elspeth.
Really?
This counter spells from Kozilek are just so brutal.
Okay, I'm gonna tap 5 for Mirari's Wake.
It's fine. Kozilek's great because he allows me to counter things, but I don't have unlimited cards or always the right CMC, so some things are gonna get through.
And then I will tap the Landwell Waste for 2 green, lose a life, and I will play Survival of the Fittest.
Nice. Okay, well, this is a really good card too. This will let Jimmy find a specific answer, and hopefully he has some creatures that will stop Ashlen from doing what she's doing.
In response, I'll use Kozilek and discard Lightning Greaves to counter it.
The one turn I finally get to play all of my spells, they all get countered by the non-blue deck. What is happening?
Oh man. I'm just gonna pass the turn.
No attacking?
I'm not gonna attack right now, no.
Okay.
I might need a chump blocker.
I will untap. I will draw. Okay, I'm gonna tap 5, and I'm gonna play Mold Drifter. Draw 2 cards.
Yeah, okay, so Josh's gonna draw some cards now.
We came back from almost dying on turn 6 and missing a bunch of land drops, so I've been in worse spots. We can come back and get back in this. Then I'm gonna tap 2 and I'm gonna play Cryptolith Right.
Huh, not bad.
Mostly so I have something else to sack to an Annihilator. Because a lot of times I play my creatures, they enter the battlefield, they have an effect, but if they can't attack, they're not worth a lot, and so turning them into mana is actually pretty good. Go ahead.
All right, I will untap and draw. Ashlen is really scary right now. I can't deal with her board with my cards, so maybe I can talk her out of attacking me?
Ashlen, I am prepared to offer an official alliance.
Right now?
You have a reliquary tower. I will fill your hand up. After they are wiped, then we can come back around. I am at 12 commander damage, so 1 hit from you, even though no matter how much life I gain, I am in range of commander damage.
That is very true.
It's a full-blown alliance. There will be no
For how long?
direct
Yeah.
aggression towards you
For how long?
until they are gone.
Listen, these deals are great and all, but I feel like I can win this game on my own, so I don't really need an alliance right now. I think I'm gonna say you gotta do what you gotta do with it at this point.
All right.
It was a nice try.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah, it was
tempting. I'm not gonna
spirited.
lie.
Well, with that being said, I will cast Minds Aglow.
So this card is going to give everybody cards, whether they buy in or not. And I actually want to give Jimmy and Josh some cards because maybe they'll point them at Ashlen.
I think I'm going to pay, I'll pay 3.
I'll pay 1.
I pay 0.
Man, 0 mana for 4 cards? I'll pay 0.
All right, so Minds Aglow resolves.
Yep.
And we all are gonna draw 4 cards.
Here's the thing, we all needed those cards. This is great for us, but it's even better for Ashlen because she now has more options to counter our spells with her Kozilek. So it's kind of a double-edged sword.
And then I will cast Restore. Target your Alchemist Refuge, Josh, in your graveyard.
So now he's got a Vidalcanor, kinda.
Kinda, yeah. A little more expensive.
And then I will continue the Air Assault on Jimmy for 3.
Okay, I can't block, I'm gonna take 3 damage.
Equal will trigger again, and I will gain 5 life.
It's going the wrong direction.
No.
It'd be really nice to throw some damage around, but I can't get too aggressive. Because of commander damage, I'll die in 1 more hit from the Kozilek. So I have to leave at least 2 blockers up.
And I will pass my turn.
All right, untap, draw. I'll play Pilgrim's Eye.
Okay.
Yep.
Right, I'll find a waste and put it into my hand. Play a land for turn, and then I'll play Void Winnower.
Oh no.
This is just a gut punch. Shuts down roughly half of the cards in everybody's hands. And then she can counter the rest of them. This is bad.
2 Perplexing Chimeras, 1 Gaddock Teague, and now 1 Void Winnower. This game has been about making sure I can't cast any spells.
This is really bad because it screws up all of my blocks. Luckily, I have an answer.
In response to the Void Winnower being cast, I will flash out Stunt Double.
Okay, at least I can copy the Mold Drifter, which is odd, and then I'll have enough blockers to save myself.
Well, if he does that, he will be able to block Kozilek, so I'm going to discard Karn, Scion of Urza, to counter it.
No. Oh boy, I am in real danger right now.
All right, I'm going to send Kozilek at Jacob, and I will send Ulamog at Jimmy.
Oh, this is really rough. That's a really tough spot to be in.
All right, I'm going to annihilate 3 lands in the Underworld Connection and take 10 damage.
Yikes.
Big yikes.
So I know it looks like I can block. But because of Void Winnower, Experiment Crouch can't do anything. And Kozilek has Menace. And remember that 12 commander damage I took earlier?
And I will take 12 damage, also 12 commander.
Oh no.
No. And I got killed by a Great Distortion.
And then I will pass turn.
All right, I'm gonna untap. Probably last time I'll do this.
So this was just an insane turn. We're down 1 potential ally. Jimmy lost 4 of his permanents. He's at super low life total. There's 3 huge Eldrazi on the board. Long story short, we're gonna need a miracle. I don't mean the mechanic miracle, although that wouldn't hurt.
All right, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Evolution.
Oh.
So I'm gonna sacrifice Anafenza and put her back in the command zone.
This card is scary, but with my board state right now, what could he possibly get that's going to hurt me? Maybe he can kill a creature, but I'm not too worried.
That's gonna find Sidisi Undead Vizier. When this enters the battlefield, I'm going to float the mana from Birds of Paradise and sack it.
This card lets me find any card in my deck, and I think I know just the one that's gonna get me right back into this game.
Okay, this is a little bit more scary. What's he going to get?
I'm gonna find a card from my library and put it into my hand. And let's see if you have a giant spell to stop me. I'm going to cast Martial Coup for 9, making it an 11 CMC spell.
Ooh, yeah.
This is perfect. It's gonna kill that Kozilek and the Void Winnower and give me so many blockers onto the battlefield for the Annihilator triggers. I will be set up so well. Not to mention, I have a Gaia's Cradle, which can now tap for a ton of mana.
I didn't think this was possible, but this might get us back into it.
Oh no, this could be very bad. And so I need to counter with an 11?
Yeah.
Please don't have an 11.
You know what? I can't.
Man.
She just has the answer every single time.
I'm gonna go into my second main phase now.
Okay, I'm going to activate Roon on my Mole Drifter,
Okay.
exiling it.
All right, well, I'm gonna pass the turn to you, Josh.
Okay, on end step, Mole Drifter comes back. I will draw 2. So I get my value off Mole Drifter. Going into my turn here, I am not super optimistic. Okay, I'm gonna play green and 1 and play Eternal Witness. All right, well, my graveyard is so big, this is close to a tutor in this instance. Maybe I can stabilize here. The good news is my life total is still high enough that I'm not dead next turn. So we'll see what I can find.
I'll activate Kozilek and discard a card to counter your spell.
She didn't counter Eldritch Evolution, so I assume she had no 3-drop. Okay, so I'm gonna pay 3 for Farhaven Elf. And I'll find a forest and put it into play. More permanents on the battlefield for the Annihilator.
Sounds good.
And then I will play Mangara of Korndorf.
Oh.
This is actually a card that really does matter in this scenario because it's one of the few ways that Josh can get rid of the very problematic, indestructible creatures on Ashlen's side of the board. Also with Roon, this is a repeatable effect, so that means that all of the huge things that Ashlen puts out will just keep getting taken away over and over again.
However, it's kind of slow. I have to untap with it. It's a little teeny little hope, but it is hope. Go ahead.
All right, untap and draw. I will pay 2 to sacrifice Buried Rune, targeting my Lightning Greaves. Back to my hand. I will pay 2 and recast Lightning Greaves. And then I will attempt to equip Ulamog to my Lightning Greaves.
So I will pay 2 mana, tapping my Mole Drifter for Cryptolith Right, and activate Roon, exiling Ulamog until end of turn.
Okay, Ulamog is gone. And then I'm gonna equip the Lightning Greaves to the Void Winnower.
Yep, that happens.
All right, move to combat, and I will swing at Josh with everything.
I will block the Void Winnower with the Farhaven Elf. And then I will take 13, 12 of which is commander damage. And I will go to 9.
Okay, so Josh's life total is really low. I just need to hit him with 1 Eldrazi, so I think the Mangara is gonna be a little too slow. All right, and then I will pass turn.
Okay.
Ulamog comes back.
I'm going to untap, Draw a card.
Once again, I have cards in my hand that I can't cast because of another card on the table, so I think the writing is on the wall. I think it's time for me to die. May as well go out swinging.
All right, well, I will swing at you, Josh, for 5.
There's a point in the game where you're just vying for second place, and it feels like that's what Jimmy's doing. I will go to 4.
Okay.
I mean, he could hold that thing up for a blocker, but that's not Jimmy. He's not a blocker. He's an attacker. I respect that. All right, untapping, drawing. So with Mangara and the Mirror Pool, it's pretty complicated with the stack and what could happen. Okay, I will tap Mangara of Corondor, and I will target Ulamog.
So then I get priority?
Well, if Josh decides to ruin it,
Got it.
What you want to do is you want to blink Mangara in response to his ability so that you don't have to exile him. You only exile the permanent he targets. The problem is that if I do that, I think Mirror Pool can be activated in response and I won't get the thing I want to. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. Let's see what happens. I will pass priority.
All right, hold on, let me think about this. So I'm staring at the mirror pool and trying to figure out if I can keep my Ulamog somehow. But it's too risky, so I'm just gonna let him use Mangara, get rid of it. I still have 2 huge Eldrazi on board, so fine. Okay, I'll just let it resolve.
Okay, so Mangara is exiled and Ulamog is exiled. Okay, I'm fine with this. Ulamog was the biggest threat on the board because of the Annihilator. The other things can be chump blocked for a little while, possibly. So, does this buy me one more turn? We will see. And then,
Josh gonna make some money moves.
I will cast Lavinia of the 10th. So, the Pilgrim's Eye can't attack or block.
Okay.
And you can't re-equip the Lightning Greaves to something else.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I will swing ahead to Ashlen for 4.
All right, I cannot block. I'm at 12 now, and Josh has been pulling all sorts of shenanigans, and he has chump blockers, so I'm gonna have to be a lot more careful now.
Pass a turn.
All right, untap and draw.
So the thing is, I have Austere Command in my hand, but it is an even CMC spell. I have the means in my hand to save myself, and yet I can't cast it. It's super frustrating, but it does give me an out. I just gotta get that Void Winnower off the battlefield somehow.
Play Radiant Fountain.
What?
Gain 2 life.
All right, move to combat.
Yep.
I will send Void Winnower at Jimmy and Kozilek at Josh.
Okay. I cannot block, nor flash, nor do anything.
Mr. Void Winnower, can I please have some spells? No! Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, I'm going to block like that, and then before damage, I'm going to flicker the Mole Drifter.
Oh, I see.
So the Mole Drifter blinks out, Lavinia dies.
Okay. All right. Enough of this. You know what's a good solution for chump blockers? More big creatures. Okay, I will cast Artisan of Kozilek,
Yeah?
and I will return the Pathrazer of Ulamog to the battlefield.
This, it's 2 more Eldrazi, 2 more nails in the coffin.
All right, pass turn.
Okay, so on your end step, Mole Drifter ETBs, and I'll draw 2. All right, well this is it. This is my last turn probably, unless I can figure out a way to get that Austere Command through. Then I will untap, and I will draw. Whoa, okay, wait a minute, hang on. Maybe I spoke too soon. I think I drew the right sequence of cards. I might be able to get right back into this. Okay, I'm gonna tap 3, I'm gonna play Aura Shards. This allows me, when I cast a creature spell, to get rid of those Lightning Greaves. Then I'm gonna tap 3, I'm gonna play Wood Elves. That's gonna trigger Aura Shards, I'll blow up the Lightning Greaves. All right, now the Void Winnower doesn't have Shroud. And I will search for a forest card and put it into play. Cryptolith Rite coming really handy here right now, giving me just enough mana. Then pay 2, and I will Roon the Void Winnower. Now with that gone, I am allowed to cast even CMC spells. And then I will pay 6, and I'll play Austere Command, choosing creatures with converted mana costs 4 or greater, and artifacts. This is like miracle play. I had to catch Runner to do it, but we might have just got back in this.
Oh man, I did not see that coming. So now he's gonna blow up all my big creatures, or try to blow up all my big creatures. Activate Kozilek. I will discard Conduit of
What?
Wow.
Oh, so close.
Never didn't have it.
So I will pass the turn.
Okay.
I cannot believe it.
All right, Josh, I'm gonna swing at you with everything.
So I have 1 blocker, I'm at 4. There's a bunch of annihilator triggers. I think we all know what this means. Good game, Ashlen.
Good game. Good game.
And then I die to a bunch of huge Eldrazi.
I win! Ooh. They're like tentacle monsters.
No, I don't.
I think that was one of the craziest games of Magic I've ever played in my life.
Everyone had really big turns, and it swung so many ways that you really didn't know what was going to happen.
I was really happy that my deck at least got to perform on camera and show some of the cool things and some of the cool interactions that I had in it.
It was awesome to have Jacob on game nights, and it really shows why Magic is so great. Here's a guy we've never met, he flies in from another state, and we have an instant connection.
All it took was sitting at the table together and taking out some decks and playing. It's all in the spirit of the game. It's always fun, and it's always a good time.
Thank you so much to Josh and Jimmy for all of your hospitality. A time that I will never forget on this trip. So many great memories that I made. Props up to the Game Nights crew staff, everybody that I got to meet behind the scenes. Even though I went out first, I had a blast playing on the show. I cannot state enough that this was a time of my life.